He told me he got 5 walk-in customers the next week from total strangers in the mall who said, yeah, this is the kind of company I want to give my business to. Because people like to do business with people who like to do business. Now, it's something you can do with a couple of people. It's something you can do with your whole department. It's even something that you can do organization-wide. Can it happen in your institution, in your hospital, or wherever you are? Absolutely it can. How do I know that? Because it's happened in some of the least likely institutions in the country. Financial institutions, like, for example, the Wells Fargo Bank. Not anybody's idea of a happy-go-lucky kind of institution. But they did a fantastic reward and recognition program, the cornerstone of which was they gave a $35 gift certificate to each of their employees. But here was the catch. You couldn't cash it in for yourself. You had to in turn award it to the one person in the bank who had done the best job of supporting you in being excellent in your job. And then that person could cash it in for 35 bucks. And there was no limit to how many of those any one person working behind the scenes could receive. It was a true peer reward and recognition program because, you know, those of you who are managers, I know, of course, you're trying to see what your people are doing well, but there's only so deep that your vision can penetrate. If you empower people to start taking care of each other, rewarding, recognizing each other, you get a way deeper vision of what's going on in the organization. Then they actually kept track of who received these certificates, and the 35 people with the most certificates were invited to an awards banquet that was hosted by the chairman of the board and the president of the bank, and they were given their choice of 101 different awards. And I want to read some of these out to you because they're really suggestive. And we published them in this book, Managing to Have Fun, but it's also on our website, which is called playfair.com. So number 28 of the 101 awards, a $200 shopping spree at Carl Reichart's favorite store. He was the chairman of the board of Wells Fargo. Banana Republic. And lunch at Paul Hazen's favorite lunch spot. He was the president of the bank. Burger King. Hosted by Carl and Paul, so you get to spend the morning shopping with the chairman, lunching with the president. Number 18, a week off with pay. Number 36, payment of your December home mortgage, lease, or rent. Number 43, a 2-hour body massage on company time on April 15th. Here's one that's kind of a mixed blessing. Number 56, 2 pounds of Mrs. Fields cookies delivered to your desk each month for the next year. That's kind of like, I want it, maybe not. But to make it a little healthier, they paired it up with number 57, a complete exercise bicycle and sweat outfit to help you sweat off those cookies. Here's one everybody could use, number 31, once a month house cleaning service for the next 6 months. It's one of my personal favorites, number 61, Carl Reichart, Paul Hazen, or one of the vice chairmen does your job for the day. You train and supervise. Because what are the 3 best ways to lead? By example, and by example. Right? Here's the top management of a major financial institution saying, yeah, we're willing to get down and dirty with you. And I happen to know that the chairman of the board actually did spend the entire day at the switchboard, but apparently he went back to his old job the next day. They got every member of their organization to contribute something. So number 8, a bag of fertilizer for your garden, personally supplied by the horses that pull the Wells Fargo stagecoach. And again, it doesn't need to cost a lot of money to make these things happen. Number 8, a menu item in your honor, named by the Wells Fargo cafeteria. So your burger kind of lives on forever. Now, I got a note from the Global Service Center at MasterCard in St. Louis. And they did what I thought was a great thing. They had Dress Up Your Supervisor Day, where everyone who had direct reports agreed to be dressed up by the people who reported to them. Now, they did have a couple of guidelines: no cross-gender dressing, couldn't be too much skin showing, but there definitely were managers that day dressed up as biker chicks, dressed up as nuns, dressed for a pajama party. Elvis was definitely in the building on several floors simultaneously. One of the departments even dressed up their manager as a mime, so they wouldn't have to listen to him talk. But apparently he really enjoyed himself, or at least that's what they thought he was trying to say. See, in every organization, there's an arbitrary division between management and staff. And what these managers were trying to say by their bodies was, yeah, we're going to level the playing field here. We're going to spend more time together as an organization than we are with our flesh and blood families. We're going to spend more time working, thinking about work, and commuting to work than we are all of our other waking activities combined. If we can't create a fun, nourishing, supportive community, we're going to feel like we wound up wasting the majority of our waking lives. So I want you to take a moment now to think about what are some fun things that you could do back at work in the next 2 weeks. When you return from this conference, and step one is this: with your partner, I'd like you to make a completely arbitrary decision. I'd like one of you to pick stethoscope and the other one to pick autoclave. Stethoscope and autoclave. Turn to your partner and do that right now. Okay, people who show stethoscope, would you put your right fist in the air right now? Should be one out of every 2 people, right? Okay, looking good, put them down. And people who chose autoclave, both fists in the air right now. Yes, okay, looking good. Now, people who chose stethoscope. In just a few moments, I'm gonna ask you to turn to your partner, and you're gonna ask them the following question. You're gonna say to them, what fun things can you do at work in the next 2 weeks? And people who chose autoclave, you're gonna say the first thing that pops into your head, a word, a sentence, a phrase. And as soon as you're done with that, your partner's gonna say to you, fantastic! What else can you do in the next 2 weeks? In fact, that is all they're gonna say to you over and over and over again. For about 45 seconds. Stethoscope, you are a total cheerleader for your partner. What are you gonna do? Great idea! What else are you gonna do? Fantastic! You're gonna just totally cheering them on. Now, people who chose autoclave. 45 seconds is a very short period of time, but in this particular experience, it can feel like forever, right? Almost everybody blanks out at some point. Kind of looks like this. Okay, what fun things can you do at work in the next 2 weeks? I'm gonna bring a bouquet of flowers in and I'm gonna give it to somebody. I'm gonna say to them, hi, this is yours for the next half hour. I wanna tell you why I appreciate you. And then I want you to pass it on after half an hour to somebody else. Tell them why you appreciate them. Fantastic idea. What else are you gonna do? I'm gonna make up some A, B, C, D certificates for people who have gone above and beyond the call of duty. And I'm gonna just start awarding them whenever I see something good happening. Fantastic idea! What else are you gonna do? Next time somebody goes away overnight on business, I'm gonna find out what hotel they're staying in. I'm gonna call up room service. I'm gonna have a piece of cheesecake delivered to their room in the middle of the night. With a little note attached to it saying, I'm thinking of you tonight. Are you thinking of me? And I won't even sign it. Just let them have their little fantasy life. Right? Great idea. What else are you gonna do? Can you please repeat the question? You go totally blank. If and when that happens to you, it's just your mind shutting down. And what you need to know is you are more than just your mind. So if they're saying, what fun things are you gonna do, and you go totally blank, at that point I want you to shoot both fists overhead in a gesture of triumph and scream out at the top of your lungs. What fun things are you gonna do next? Something fantastic! Just like that. And then they ask you again, I want you to do it again. Something fantastic! Till all of a sudden the dam bursts and you're full of ideas. You know what? I'm gonna learn how to play Happy Birthday on the telephone keypad. And next time somebody has a birthday, I'm gonna call them up. Right? Don't censor yourself. Any idea is a good idea. So, on the count of 3, let's all just practice saying something fantastic, really loud and really proud. Ready? 1, 2, 3. something. Excellent, excellent. All right, now, before we actually do this, I got a chance to work with Abrado Healthcare Systems out in Phoenix. And I want to show you the top 10 answers that I liked from what they had to say. The first one, I'm going to start a car wash for nurses who visit patients in their home. Let the employees of the HIM department do an extreme makeover on their director and HIM supervisor. This was the supervisor's idea, by the way. Number 3, lottery tickets for staff and thank you notes telling them I'm lucky to have them on my team. Number 4, deliver a rose to each staff member who rose to the occasion at work. Number 5, give volunteers little gifts to give to our overworked part-time coordinator over the course of a week. We're going to have Celebrate Norma Week. Prepay my administrative assistant's lunch without her knowledge. Take pictures of transporters and phlebotomists, send them to the nursing floors with signatures, thanking them for their support when we're on the floors. My staff barely has time for lunch. Not only will I buy them lunch, I'll take care of the phones and the walk-in customers so they can enjoy lunch with each other. Send surprises in the tube system to other departments. I plan on having a mocktail Tuesday every week in HIMS. My staff enjoys happy hour, much like the department director. They attend happy hour at various restaurants. Even the night shift attends reverse happy hour. So every Tuesday prior to the end of the shift, we'll toast to a job well done in real champagne glasses with mock sparkly ciders or various mocktails. Okay, so 45 seconds. What fun things can you do at work? Stethoscope asking, autoclave going for it. Ready, begin. Stethoscope, give your partner a standing ovation for those ideas. Right. Now, people who chose autoclave. It's one thing to dream up all these ideas when you're off at a conference. It's another thing to actually commit to putting them into action. So here's what I want you to do. Scan through all those things you just dreamed up. Pick one of them that you actually can do in the next 2 weeks. What I want you to do right now is turn to your partner, shake their hand in a solemn vow, and tell them one thing you are going to do in the next 2 weeks to bring a little more fun, appreciation, joy, recognition to the people you're with. Then, after you've done, I want you to, sometime before you leave today, just exchange contact information with your partner. So after you've actually done this thing, you can send them an email or a text or something and tell them how it went. And if you get chicken to do it, just call them up on the phone and go, get your butt on a plane and help me out with this, will you, buddy? Okay, so would you turn to your partner right now, shake their hand, tell them what you're going to do? One thing you're going to do, autoclave. All right, very quickly now, let's reverse the roles. This time, it is an autoclave asking that question, what things and things you're going to do. It is the stethoscope going for it. Stethoscope, if you blank out, everything. Stethoscopes. If your partner brainstormed an idea that you got a kick out of, steal their ideas. This is not about originality. This is jamming as much as you can into 45 seconds. Ready, begin.